My ride awaits. Alright guys, cold morning on Kerr Lake. Been to the shop, got a new transducer, and they put it on for me. If y'all ever in the area of Stinger Supply in Boynton, and interested in buying anything with dog supplies or Garmin supplies, okay. They got the collars for dogs. Okay, I'll tell you what, he has good service. I told him I went in and get in. It was 39.40 when I got there, and I went in where the heat was, and he was working on another boat. And I walked back outside. He done put a new transducer on my boat. Well, that's a good fish. This is a fathead and dipstick. Okay, that's a good 12-inch fish. Bam. Sam and I was up here last Friday hunting for those, and he caught some good fish. Y'all done seen that video. And I caught a couple that was 11 inches, but I lost a lot of my footage. So already this morning, the first battery I put in, my GoPro wouldn't work. So I don't know what's going on with it. They do that, guys. Sometimes they don't like the cold. And I took the battery off the charger this morning. So you can see what I'm fishing right here. I'm 30 foot from it. I done casted that about 10 times. Started the LC shad. They would bump it. I said, okay, water's 66 degrees. That's about what it's been. So it hadn't lost a whole lot last night. It was, like I say, it was 38 this morning. So I thought, well, they're going to be a little slug. Let's go smaller. So I went to a fathead. And I caught one on the fathead. Let's see if we can catch another one on it. All right, guys. I promise you it's been a while. They quit on this. I'm on back on the same brush pile, but they quit on this brush pile. I caught the one, then I caught a bass. And after I caught the bass, that was it. And then I got too close to it, trying to long pole it. Bait come out of his mouth. I was throwing a Tadpole Junior winter color. So there's another brush pile over there on that point out there. Went out there and it had, most of them were smaller. They wouldn't even pay attention to me. It bumped me. It's tough fishing. It's very tough. That's a nice fish. Hey, I'm just tickled I'm catching some. But he came on, make them flew over here. This is a tadpole. Tadpole Junior, and this color's called, let me see if y'all can see. There you go. This color's called Winter. It's blue boy with a chartreuse tail. Trying different baits. I threw the LC shad. I threw the slice color, and they pull at it. I thought, man, it's a tough bite when they won't hit that. I haven't tried banana pepper yet, but I think I'm gonna have to stay with smaller baits. So I sit down here and tied on this Tadpole Junior. First cast with it, I caught a fish. Yeah, I mean, when you've been fishing it for, I've been here 10 minutes. Came back at least 10 minutes. And done through a cricket, done through an LC shad. And I didn't have a small hook on one of these casting rods, so I put a size 6 hook on this one. Put the Tadpole Junior on there. Made a cast, caught one. So that's already telling me the time I've got into this, after this cold night, if I'm gonna catch anything today, I'm gonna have to downsize. And probably gonna cover a lot of water. Fish were breaking here a while ago. I see a dead shad after about 3 inches long. I think that's what it is floating. I'll check it before I leave. But they broke out here in front of me a little bit ago. I bet they injured that one. Well, that's a crappie. Bam. All right, guys, I moved. Caught one on the prey bait. He's not a very big fella either. Hey, I've had a couple local guys. I gave some away to a lot of local guys. Some of them got seconds in them. I showed y'all they have a little bubble in them. They have a little bite out of them. And I tell them, hey, they're seconds. They got a flaw in them, but they're free. I hate to remelt them, throw them away sometimes like that. And some of them go like, wow, they look a little big for crappie. I had to start laughing. I said, dude, I'm catching 8, 9, 10-inch crappie on them. 2 inches is nothing. They eat shad 2 inches. A big crappie probably eats 3-inch shad, right? But let me show you where they're at. The reason I threw it at them. Look right here. They're on the bottom. You can see I'm in 22 foot of water. And I'm just looking around. That's how I told you I do that a lot. I know it's a brush pile on this point somewhere behind me. I don't have them marked on my depth finder. I just remember where they're at. And I'm just here looking around, and I found another school right here on the bottom. So I threw a fathead at them. Oh, they'd chase it, bump it. They wouldn't take it. I had it on the long pole. And I think sometimes the reason I caught that one on that tadpole back there is I had it on a 1/32 ounce. I think right now they want it slower. And I can stop it with the long pole, but I thought, let me go to a lighter jig head. And I went that 1/32 with the caster rod and caught that one back there. This 1/16, I can control it a little bit, and as I'm reeling it by, I drop it down close to them, and I just reeled it real slow, and they want to roll up and hit it. All right. Yeah, this is what I figured. I finally caught another one on a long pole. They would chase that prey bait around, but finally I caught another one on this small bait. The white crappie too. They're supposed to be more aggressive. I think, I've caught 2 or 3 this year on gas and white crappie. He's not bad. He's probably 9 inches. That was on Buster Fathead. I'm going to leave him alone. Here's the reason that they're hanging out on this point. Yeah, that's shad. And I've been seeing school after school with shad come across here, and I'm thinking, oh, I know why they're sitting here. And I've seen some fish chasing them a while ago. I'm looking around here now. There you go. See, that's a crappie right there or something. Or you see this? Here's something. Here's one underneath them right there. A fish. He's right underneath the school of shad. Bam. Oh, long distance release. What Sam called it, California release. That wasn't a monster. I tell you, big fish. I started off good, didn't I? But I haven't caught anything big. That might have been 9 to 10 inches. It looked like. Just guessing from seeing him there. I found a school right here, guys. That's what I was pitching at. And if I get my boat to be still, the wind got up on me too. And I'm really struggling to see my bait, and I don't need to see the bait all the time, but I need to see it to know I'm in the area of the fish. I didn't see it that time. I just kept pulling it because I know how deep it is, and he hit it. So you do what you got to do. That time I hit the brush pile. Oops. So I knew I was in the area of the brush pile, and that's what helps you if you can. I had a bite that time. If you can see the brush pile and see your bait, that way you at least you keep from getting hung up all the time, like that. Because I had no idea where it was at. I felt them hitting it, and I just kept reeling. All right, guys, I broke off on that brush pile, and I done what I've been wanting to do for the last little bit. Was I put on, good gosh, you mean, I put on a lighter jig head. I put on a 1/48, and I caught one the first cast. It's got to be moving slow today, or they just not interested in it. He's about 9 inches, maybe a little longer. Bam. About the same size. Catch them all about the same size, guys. He's about 9 inches. I think I've caught some smaller. Telling you, they ain't very big, but this cricket's been the best thing I've picked up today. It's hard on them. And this is Wild Bill. Old Wild Bill got a hold of him. He's probably right at 9. That's about it. Bam. Hard on them little fellas, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some of these in here. in the video because I'm catching him on the cricket. He's about 8 inches. All right, guys. I keep breaking off and breaking off with this bait. Here's the problem I'm having the last little bit is the babies. I'm not finding any big fish. This brush pile right here is loaded, but there's a couple that look good on it. You see, it's just full of dots. I need more of it right here. Yeah, it's a long tree. It's a big tree. It's in the water. It starts off at 6 foot, so I really got to be careful. That's why I went to a 1/16 ounce jig only. And there's a couple here that look like good fish, good marks. I'm coming by one of them right here now. That fish there looks pretty good, decent. There's one below him there, looks pretty good. None of them even moved. Tried different things. The fathead minnow has been probably the best thing I've used today. The other thing's been the tadpole junior. They'd catch one on a prey bait. Oh, I had a bump. They're just tough. This it's been nice all week. Only been in the 40s, high 40s, and at night. And then last night was 38. I think when we have these cold nights, I don't see my bait. I'm way past it. All right. I pitched that thing 30 feet. when you have these cold nights like that, I'm gonna try to fish where y'all can see it. That's what happens. Now you can see him kind of coming up there, checking it out. Here comes one wide open, like he's gonna be his. What? See, he had it in his mouth. He picked it up like it was mine, and when I gave him a little pop there, there was nothing there. So that's the way they're biting today. He probably just had the back of it in his mouth. So I'm gonna come back into it again here. Get back here. So I don't know how well y'all can see the depth finder. I've tried that. Guys, I've had people ask me about putting the camera on the depth finder. I've done that. I've tried that. When I get home, it's so blurry you can't read it. And of course, the next thing is somebody's gonna say active captain. I've tried that too. My phone will not run after captain. There you go. One of them rolled up and hit it. Now he finally got a hold of it. Said they're smacking at it. They're rolling up and grabbing it. The cricket's been excellent, guys. That's why I put it on. This is the first time I've used a cricket today, right there, and I caught 2 fish on it. It might have been something I should have got on sooner. That's part of fishing, trying to figure them out after a cold night. So he's about 9.5. This is Wild Bill. Yep, Wild Bill's a good one. Sam was using Wild Bill in his video, wasn't he? When we fished Kerr Lake up here. Thank y'all for coming along with me. I didn't catch a bunch of fish today. Be honest with you, I didn't keep up with it, but I'd probably be lucky if I caught 12. I caught a bunch of small ones like I showed you. Sometimes if they're real small, I don't even cut the camera on. If I can tell that they're real small, I just go like, nah. But that's the way it goes. You don't go out and kill them every time you go. I like watching these guys fish in Mississippi and stuff, and they're showing all these great big crappie. I keep thinking, that's a long drive. That's a long drive from Virginia. I'm on Virginia, North Carolina line, but mid-state, you know, I'm not far from Raleigh and Richmond. I'm in between Richmond, Virginia and Raleigh, guys. It's about 1.5 hours each way. And a long ways, Mississippi. We just don't have that. Now, there's some nice fish on this lake. They're here. This lake right here has put out 3-pounders. I know people here have caught 3-pounders. I know people here in the spring, in March and April, that fish a lot and run an open water fish, and they catch 15, 20, 25 2-pounders a year. Okay, I come up here some. I think I caught 2 up here one year. You just got to run into them, you know. And look, I don't know this lake that good. So with Sam, I told you in that video, I think that's the first time I've been up. I think I've been up here twice with him this year, and I think this is the 2nd time or 3rd time I've been up here by myself. All right, in that area, and I usually fish this area, so I don't know anywhere else to go start looking for brush piles. Except for him and I fished the other day. That's way on up the lake, okay? And I had my boat worked on this morning. They put new transducer on here. See how good a picture I have? Bam! And my transducer was still under warranty. Okay, when I bought this depth finder, and I bought a new transducer. Okay, So that was nice, wasn't it? And it's working fine. Y'all know how much trouble I've been having. So I called him back a little bit ago, and I told him, it said Stinger Supply, if any are in the area. And if you're an hour or so away, Stinger Supply Boynton. Give him a call. He's got great service. He sells a bunch of garment stuff. Like I said earlier, dog collar stuff, dog food. He's got a lot of stuff like dog cages, watering bowls, anything you need for dogs he's got. There were some people there this morning buying tracking collars when I was there. All right? And of course, selling garment stuff. He sells death finders and stuff. Okay? Check him out. I think he's got a bunch of stuff. You can call him. His number's online on the internet. If you type in Stinger Supply Boynton, Virginia, it'll pop right up, okay? Appreciate y'all. I'm getting a shout out because he's really good to people. All right? He helped a guy there this morning. He couldn't get his lav scope going. He got out and full with it. That's what he was doing when I got there, guys, and it was 39, 40 degrees. And I said, Daryl, you're going to freeze. Let's go, boy. And he was working on it, and he finally figured out what was wrong with it. He had a wire, had a short in it. He put a new wire on it. I think it was a power supply wire. He put a new, whatever it was, he put a new wire on it, got it going, got the man on the water today. So he's got good service, and he'll help you try to figure out what's wrong with when you have an issue. See y'all, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for being part of Fishing Lake Country.